The truth is, there is no silver bullet that's going to get you over a relationship or a person at the snap of a finger. However, I can give you the tools to help you win the battle between you and your heart. The difficulty of a breakup lies in most part in the fact that you're in a battle with one of the most powerful opponents that you'll ever face in your life. That opponent is your heart. Your heart houses about 40,000 neurons, which basically means that it has its own brain. This little brain is your emotional checkpoint. It's what allows you to feel. Now, this is good and bad because, of course, we can feel pain and pleasure, and your heart feels both of these things very intensely. Even more, your heart can be very irrational. It wants what it wants, whether that want is good for you or not. And because your heart is attached to every single part of your being, it makes it really hard not to give it what it desires. Just how a child depends on its parent, your heart depends on your brain to do what's right for it. But there is nothing harder than a mother ignoring her child's cry, even when she knows that she has to. The same thing applies to your heart and your brain. The steps that I'm going to give you to win the battle between you and your heart are going to require one major thing. You must use your brain. Number one, your heart will want to keep you connected. You are going to have to separate. Married couples go through divorces all the time. You're going to have to do the exact same with this breakup. You have to divorce yourself from the relationship and that person. There's nothing else to talk about. It's over. You may be able to be friends one day, but today is not the day. Unfollow, unfriend, cut off all social networks. Why even put yourself through that? And most of all, you have to divorce yourself from sex with that person. You can't move on from a person. You can't move on from that relationship as long as you're allowing yourself to be connected to them, especially physically. Even a legal divorce won't help a person if they're still allowing themselves to be attached to something that's keeping both of them connected. Number two, your heart will use good memories against you. You have to remember why it's over. You're going to miss the other person. You're going to miss the relationship. The heart is very good at clouding the brain with positive memories, therefore blurring the reason why the relationship is over in the first place. You've got to keep your brain in charge by feeding it constant reminders. And surprisingly enough, sometimes exes will give you the fuel to do just that. I had a tough breakup, and I remember my ex sending me a text message with the most hurtful words that anyone has ever said to me to this day. Of course it hurt, but I let that letter be the fuel that I needed to get over that relationship. I wrote it down on a piece of paper. I put it in the bathroom, in my refrigerator, on the door, even on my steering wheel. I let it serve as a constant reminder that even though we had some good times, this was not the type of person that I needed to be with or continue running back to. Number three, your heart will push you to bring back the part of it that's missing, even if that part is killing you. This is the time to lean on your friends and loved ones. This is someone who you gave a lot of yourself to. Of course you're gonna miss it. And now you have to fill in that empty place with something that's productive. Not a rebound, not alcohol, not resentment, not fear, and not hate. Fill it with the love of your friends and family. When you allow yourself to be loved and supported by your friends and family, it'll fill you back up and bring you to a place of peace, so you can continue moving forward towards the window that opened when the door closed. Number four, your heart may be weak, but you have a God that's strong. When I was going through my toughest breakup, I fell to my knees in tears and prayed that God would take the taste away from me. When our hearts shed tears, I believe that God hears our prayers. You don't always have to be stronger than what you're going through. You just have to be strong enough to ask God to deal with it for you. Number five, your heart will always tell you that you can't, but you have to know that you can. The words "I cannot" are the most disempowering words in any language. You can and you must move on. As long as you believe you can and you take these steps, there will come a day when you hear that person's name and you won't feel a thing. And one last thing, you have to be your own best friend. No one has more responsibility over your life than the person you see when you look into the mirror. That person has to be your best friend, which means removing yourself from something that has proven not to be any good for you, no matter how much it hurts. It also means making sure that the breakup phase doesn't last longer than the actual relationship did. Join me next time, ladies. I'm going to talk about how even though you think you may be talking to a good guy, you may in fact be dating his penis. New video every Wednesday and Saturday at 7:00 p.m. Eastern Time. Make sure you follow me on Twitter, subscribe to my channel, and check out all of my books. They're right there. Right there.